Well, welcome everybody to the Tasmanian Hockey Centre for round 9 of the 2021 Premier League hockey season. Today's match in the first of our Mercury live stream matches is University versus DiamondBacks. University in the black and gold and DiamondBacks in their maroon and white. It's an interesting game here today, both sides in the bottom part of the table, sitting 5th and 6th. University without any points so far this year after being the defeated grand finalists last season, and Diamondbacks 2 wins so far this year. One of them was against this side, University, a little over a month ago, and the second win was just last week when they defeated Northwest Grads 4-0. So Diamondbacks definitely come into this match with the better form and with their tails up, and they'll be looking to get another win today just to keep their slim finals hopes mathematically alive. Turn on the ball from Bingham, intercepted by Milo G. Goes inboard to Angus Yates, who's playing a little bit further up the park today. Usually a defender, and looks like he's playing a central midfield role. So there'll be an interesting move there from the Diamondbacks coaching staff, and we'll see how that plays out as the match wears on. It is a chilly winter's day here in Hobart. The temperature did drop quite low overnight. Not a whole lot of wind, and the weather right at the moment, the playing conditions are rather mild, so it should be okay for the players, but for the spectators, good idea just to rug up. University overhead, out of defence, looking for Tom Wiley, who picks it up down the left, attempts to take on G. That's a good tackle. Tom Wiley back into the side after missing about a month of hockey, I think. But he'll be an important addition to this students' side today. Now Reed takes on Commons over the 23, looks into the circle. What did that come off? Umpire says it's all fine. Will Oliver deep in defence. Uses Oliver Pritchard now. Big attempted tackle from Jono Hodgson. This is everything. The ball spills. Sam Payne picks it up. It's got James Dick, who scored a wonderful goal last week. Now he's out on the left-hand side. Payne back on the right now. Penalty corner. So University get an early sider on their preferred method of scoring too. They've got Ben Reid and Tyler McDonald, who will line up at the top of the battery looking for a drag flick. Grant Woodcock in excellent form. Kept his first clean sheet, or kept Diamondbacks men's first clean sheet with 37 matches last week. So they'll be very happy with that, and they'll be keen to keep that going today. Here comes the injection. It's McDonald. Good save by Woodcock. A follow-up from Dick. Spills wide. University will take it from the 23. Early ball from Hodgson now. It's in towards the spot. Ashby Bingham sends it back looking for Sproul, but the ball flies out of the circle. Battle on now left back for Diamondbacks, and Pritchard wins it, and now Oliver Pritchard. Long ball looking for Tabber. Callum Tabber continues his run. Gets support from Will Oliver too. Deep in the right pocket. Wanted to cut it back inside, but is held up momentarily, and DiamondBacks get a free hit right on the baseline, stuck in their right-hand pocket. Commons gets it going quickly, but it hits the foot of Ollie Pritchard. Big game from Ollie Pritchard last week too. Played very well for the midfield and scored a good penalty corner goal in their win. Loose ball picked up by Commons. Tough battle there with McDonald. Now Norris. Like the run of Oliver, but I think that's umpire Sam McCambridge over there on the far side. Tells him he's got to take it. From a different blade of the AstroTurf. The Diamondbacks are out round the back, transferring possession. Attacking run towards the left now. Reed cops one on the knee. Makes sure the umpire see him writhing in pain. Wins the free hit. Early release, looking for the young Sprout. Payne was overlapping, but the two young rising stars of this university team couldn't quite combine. Milo G. Good little run, good pass, now linking up. Or wanted to link up down the left-hand side, but it's intercepted by Bingham. Commons wins it out in the end. Now Pritchard switches it out to Scott. Fergus Scott looking for an entry. That's come off a university body. And they'll have to take the 23 instead. So Diamondbacks still looking for their first circle entry. But they've been up and around their 23 for the last couple of minutes. Poking and prodding at this university defence, who is holding up reasonably well so far. Reed goes along the ground instead, this time to Dick. University have it in advanced position on their left wing. Trying to manoeuvre it into a good position. It's Bingham. He wants to go big. Does find Wiley in the circle. Coming through is Liam Norris doing the defensive work. University will have to reset from the 23. Bingham switches it out to McDonald on the right. Tyler McDonald. Good take by Hodgson, but Milo G again doing the defensive work, getting the tackle. Wanted to get it moving from the counter quickly, but it's coming straight back at them. Great work by Oliver Pritchard, and Pritchard is through. He looked over at the umpire, thinking he heard a whistle, and he was right because there was a whistle. Oliver Pritchard was about to hit top speed, attack the circle, and now he might be in trouble. I wonder whether he pushed the 5 or not. Umpire says that's okay, so he's created a turnover against McDonald. Now Diamondbacks attacking down the left. Henry Johnston on the left. Couldn't bring it under control. A couple of nervous moments for the University defence. Diamondbacks looking to counter-attack. That one's fallen nice for Dick. On his reverse, fires in a shot, and it's just wide. Grant Woodcock rooted to the spot. Barely had a second to see where that was going, and he's lucky that James Dick sent that one past his left post, because that he got onto that. That one was humming. University really pressing now, starting to put the pressure on this Diamondbacks defence, and now Reed picks up the attempted clearance, pitching up through the midfield. Looking for options, can't spot Sproul, who's out on the left now. That relieves some of the pressure on Diamondbacks. Oliver wanted to use Pine, but he missed the trap. No clean possession through the midfield just yet. Pritchard collects for the moment. Back to Hine, again a missed trap. Now Tyler McDonald has an opportunity. Wants to go left to Kitchener, and he's harassed by 2. Will Oliver makes the turnover. He's got a runner on the inside. Clash of bodies there, and DiamondBacks have the free hit. Good early ball to Tabber down on the right. That one sprayed up off Joe Scott, sticking into his face. The play continues. Reed switches to Payne. Goes down the right line. Hodgson will have it. Jono Hodgson. Goes overhead down the line. That does sit nicely for Payne. Payne's into the circle. He's got players ready. Puts it onto the foot of the defender instead and wins the penalty corner. Umpire Oliver Sproul on the broadcast end, on the broadcast side. No hesitation in calling that one. University, the second penalty corner of the match and this quarter. They will line up for another shot on goal. Managed to create the better of the attacking opportunities in this first quarter, University. Just feel the closer they get, the more likely they are to score. Again, it's Reed and McDonald at the top of the battery. Both will look to drag flick, I suspect. This one is Reed's turn. What did that one come off? I think it was straight into the body of the first runner, and it is another penalty corner, so a follow-up corner. Reed again. Again off the first runner, and again another penalty corner. Good running from Fergus Scott. He's managed to build quite a reputation for himself as that first runner. He's more than happy to wear some of the best shots from some of the hardest flickers and hitters in the competition. Doing an important job for DiamondBacks, but is Reed once more low, and that one's through Woodcock, and it is a goal. Felt like it was only a matter of time, and it is Ben Reed who scores. So University grabbed the lead, 1-0, and a much-deserved lead too. They had the run of the play in the last few minutes and were able to create consecutive corners too. That'll boost their confidence, especially Ben Reed's confidence. As I said at the start of the broadcast, 0 points so far for for University this season. So they are looking not just for their first win, but their first points of 2021. Their season is effectively over. I think we can comfortably say they are unlikely to factor in finals. We are nearing the midpoint of the season too. It is round 9 of the 20-round season. Now it's up to this young DiamondBacks side to respond. We've seen them take a few steps up this year. Of course, we expect a young side like this with a changing lineup every week and players coming in and out of the side to be inconsistent as they develop. They'll be really good one week and they can be not quite so good the next week. But the next step up for young sides like this is to find that consistency and is to back up one good win, one good week with a follow-up straight after. That is what gets you into the finals and wins you premierships, which is the path that this Diamondbacks side is on. Still, of course, a long way to go, but they have the makings of a really strong side. They can keep the core of this team together for another few years. Commons now streaming down the right-hand side. Good track back for McDonald. Commons is taken down and wins the free hit. He's got runners in the middle. He ignores them, leaves the free hit for his defenders to take all the way back to Angus Yates, who's found himself in that central defensive position now after starting the game in midfield. Long ball is cut out by McDonald, who's having a really good game. That's a fantastic ball too. Finds James Dick, he's into the circle. He wants to square it up. I'm not sure whether that was the right option. A deadly player like James Dick in the circle probably should be having that shot instead, but he's gone unselfish and tried to square it up, and they've come unstuck. Great opportunity for University to double their lead, goes begging. But they'll reload again. Now McDonald down the right. Beats Yates and puts it into the spot. There's a scramble on the goal line. The umpire says it's a goal. Not sure whether Tyler McDonald was the one who got the final touch, but it has gone over the goal line and University will claim it. So the students grab an important second goal in this quarter. Siren not too far away as well. Very useful time to score indeed. Good work from Tyler McDonald too, pushed himself all the way up the field. Followed it up and bundled it over the line. Fergus Scott sends it back. Norris goes overhead. Sits nicely for Fergus Scott, but his 5 metre safe zone is infringed. Commons knows time's ticking away, wants to send it into the circle, but intercepted by Joe Scott. Now Dick, deep and without too many options. Has the run of Bingham, and Bingham beats one, beats two. Got a third to beat, looks for the entry instead. Loose ball towards the bottom corner. Siren beats everyone, so it's the end of the first quarter. It's 2-0 to University. Ben Reid and Tyler McDonald got their names on the scoreboard. Ben Reid from the drag flick. Tyler McDonald from a clever attacking run. So second quarter back underway. Both sides have had a little bit of chat, quarter time break with their coaches. Can't see too many big changes immediately, although sweeping through is Oliver Pritchard with the intercept. Chance for a quick counter, Commons. He's told that he's got to take it back, take it to where the infringement was. Good overlap from G2. Into the circle for the first time and a penalty corner, and Diamondbacks have come out on fire in this second quarter. Impressive play through the midfield from Oliver Pritchard. Good work from Milo G to back him up too. Overlapping from deep out of defence. Wins the penalty corner, and Diamondbacks have their first look from the set piece. Oliver Pritchard will be happy with his form from the penalty corner, and Angus Yates has also scored one from the drag flick too, so I suspect with both of them lining up at the top of the battery, that's what we can expect. Injection comes, it's Pritchard, goes low, it's off the first runner in McDonald, and it will be another penalty corner. McDonald playing a really important role in this match so far for University, running 1-2. Pritchard and Yates swap sides. Pritchard looks to the right and he wants to claim another penalty corner. The umpires confer and say, sorry. DiamondBacks will have to go the long way through the long corner. Now deep on the left-hand side. Commons. Not too many options presenting themselves. University have a pretty thick defence set up. George Oliver on top of the circle. Wants to get involved in the attacking play and he's held up by Reed. So again, this University defence has played really well so far. Well, they've built their entire game off today. Tyler McDonald has been exceptional and they've protected new recruit Jordan Struthers in goals for them quite well. He hasn't had to make a save yet. So Ben Reed, also the coach, will be pretty happy with how things are going, you would suspect, although DiamondBacks look dangerous when they're breaking through the midfield. Reed's able to stop that one in its tracks and send University back into attack. Now Oscar Sprout brings it back through the middle to Kitchener. Now Hodgson down the right. Good ball to Wiley. He tried to deflect it towards his teammate and Diamondback clear the danger. Having to take their time over the ball now, University. Dick receives it, sends it on to Bingham. Attacking down the left. Good defensive work from Will Oliver there. Held up the attack outside the circle too. Wins it in the end. Even though University maintain this 2-0 lead for now, and although Diamondbacks haven't really created a shot on goal, I feel that Diamondbacks do have potentially a goal or two in them if they can capitalise on some of these midfield breaks that they're creating. They are putting a fair bit of pressure on the University runners through the middle channels, creating a few turnovers, and they're looking good when they're counter-attacking. They look positive moving forward, and they've got their wing-backs overlapping too, so if they can maintain this just for a little while, see if they can score one back. I think they're still well within this match. Plenty of time as well to go. Of course, this 2-0 buffer will suit University nicely. They will be happy just to slow some of the play up. Maintain a little bit of possession too. Kitchener to Hodgson to Reed. He's under pressure and now Pritchard has stolen it from him. He's through over the 23 into the circle. Two defenders chasing, takes the shot. Good save from Struthers. His first look at it in the students' net. But Pritchard continues his run and the umpire says penalty corner for that last tackle. That's exactly what I'm talking about, that kind of play through the midfield, and Pritchard once again creates a turnover. Through on goal. Jordan Struthers was called on to make his first save as a University goalkeeper. He did it well. Shot towards the top of the net and Struthers had his gloves up, covered his lines. So he'll be happy to get his first side of the ball, but Reed turned over there in the midfield and good work from Joe Scott just to pressure Pritchard a little bit wider on his four-stick, so just help the angle out for Struthers, but penalty corner now for Diamondbacks and a really good opportunity for them to drag one back. Injection comes in, it's Yates this time, low, oh he's hit the post, oh, and you can see the frustration. Angus Yates has gone, put a whole lot of power behind that one, he's fired it in low, he's beaten everyone, but he's put it straight into the right hand, the goalkeeper's right post. He'll have to do that all again too. Another penalty corner. It's Yates again, and this time it's a mistrap. It's gone outside the dotted. Dangerous ball inside as well, and Struthers did well just to cover that off. Now loose ball, counter-attack for University. Tom Wiley's in the circle. He wants to spot it up. Came off G, who did well to get back and effect that pass. And the ball flies past Woodcock and over the baseline. Action at either end. Free hit to University just outside their dotted. This game is still pretty open though, and DiamondBacks once again counter, and they got a high player ready to receive. Henry Johnston, who had found himself in a great position over the top of the University defence. Payne now attacking. Good ball from him to Wiley. Now Dick, back to Payne, shot, good save from Woodcock. I have to say the general play still relatively even. DiamondBacks look really good on the counter-attack, out creating those turnovers, but when University get into the circle, they're getting shots and shots on target, which is very dangerous for this DiamondBacks defence. They don't want to be giving up too many great opportunities in the circle for University, especially when they're not really getting them themselves. That really is the major difference between the sides at the moment, is what's happening inside the attacking circle. Oh, Hodgson straight into the back of Commons, and Commons really isn't happy about the treatment he received. And Hodgson has also given him a little bit of cheek back, and I can't imagine Hodgson staying on the pitch after that, to be honest. In fact, the umpire has given Hodgson a green card, I believe, and told him to sit down for 2 minutes. And he's gone flying straight into the back of Josh Commons, and Commons quite rightly remonstrates with him. So there's a brief opportunity here for DiamondBacks with the extra player, and it is University in attack through Wiley. There is a ticking clock on this 2-minute penalty, the green card. So University down to 10 players for the moment, but there's still only about 90 seconds left on that penalty to go. So DiamondBacks want to take advantage of having the additional player on the pitch. They need to do it now. Reed goes through the middle. Kitchener and Scott long down the line, looking for Wiley, who's done a fair bit of work on that forward line for University. Oscar Pritchard wanted to link up with Hine, and then Hine wanted to link up with Jack Pritchard. A few missed passes in that chain. And in fact, there is a correction. It is 10 on 10. DiamondBacks also had Josh Commons, it looks like, received a green card. He's just hidden in the penalty chair at the moment by some of the subs on the sideline. So it is 10 on 10, although the penalties will expire relatively shortly now. So neither team really advantaged by the cards shown. DiamondBacks do find themselves in a decent position with possession of the ball too. Yeah, switched it out to Drashkovitz Wade. Been able to create anything up the left-hand side. Reed pushing himself up the pitch. That ball's come off the DiamondBacks player too, so University will have a free hit on the 23 in a good attacking position now. Reed continues in attack. Commons intercepts that one. The DiamondBacks can't clear it out of their defence. McDonald reset. Tabba has it deep in DiamondBacks defence. Harassed by two. It's Dick and Hodgson, and Dick wins it. Baseline beats James Dick though. Presses on now, University aggressively. Diamondbacks stuck in their own quarter. Now they've got a chance to get it out. Dashkovitz Wade again. Couldn't link up with Hine. Hodgson doing some physical work through the midfield, making his presence known. Now Kitchener. Joe Scott trying to manoeuvre their way into having some space. It's not quite working out for them just yet. Good work from Oliver. George Oliver wanted to continue his run too, but Reed and Sam Payne steal it off him. Now Wiley in attack once again on his bike, puts it to a good position for young Oliver Sprout. And as this half gets close to a conclusion, you see both teams just fatiguing a little bit. Diamondbacks are through into the circle though. Out comes Struthers. Goals unguarded. Commons turns and shoots. Dangerous moment there, very briefly. Diamondbacks had a chance. And now McDonald soaks up a couple of seconds deep in the corner and wins the free hit just to relieve some of the pressure. Transfer is on. Milford MacArthur gets his first look in at the game. Come off the bench, gets his first touch. Payne wants to overlap. It's tackled by Oscar Pritchard. Wants to use Will Oliver, but through comes Jono Hodgson. Nice little bit of skill too, but a fantastic tackle from Liam Norris. Stops Hodgson in his tracks. Good to see from Commons, Pritchard, Yates. We'll just share possession a little bit. Commons again in the middle. Can't turn it past Hodgson. The ball ends up going over the sideline. Again, Joe Scott sends it down the line for MacArthur, and MacArthur couldn't bring it under control. But again, this press from University wins out again. It's Hodgson once more. Creates the turnover and straight into attack again. Wins the 23. University will like being in this position. Ben Reed has put himself way up forward, be a part of this attack too. Looks like he wants to make a late run into the circle, but the entry is a little bit loose. Bingham wants to bring it back in, and that one is over the baseline, so not quite as clean as they would have hoped, the students. Reed. Now Sproul. Again, the ball is loose and it's sent straight back up the other end by Tabba. There is the halftime siren though. Score remains 2-0 to University. DiamondBacks certainly had their chances and Angus Yates came the closest, firing it into the post off the penalty corner. Will be an interesting battle to come in this third quarter. James Dick gets us underway. University send runners forward and want to attack straight away. It's Tyler McDonald down the right. McDonald wants to cut inside too. Forced outside by the two DiamondBacks defenders, and that's some better work around their circle too. Managed to repel the initial attack. Liam Norris uses the switch option. Now G. Actually, his pass right at the sideline to an unsighted player, so University are able to bring it straight back into attack. Joe Scott over the top of the ball. It goes long. Does find his man in Wiley, but he's tackled by George Oliver. Yates, long overhead. That one bounces past Reed. He had a player free, but Reed picks it up easily. Ben Reed's had an interesting personal game so far. He scored one. Put the drag flick on, but he's also been the victim of a few turnovers, and he's just sent that attempted overhead about 30 centimetres over the sideline. I don't think that was where he was intending that one to go at all. It is an important player for them, a talisman, if you will. Is who they look to when they're down. Frequently steps up too. Students have a chance for a counter-attack. Fantastic tackle through the midfield from Norris, and he's hacked down too. The umpires allow play to go on. Now Oscar Sproul can't connect with his options. Diamondbacks bring it straight back now. Good attempted cross from Oliver Pritchard. The umpire's just blown time. He's reached into his pocket, pulled out a green card, and it's for Liam Norris. So a delayed green for something that happened about 30 to 60 seconds prior. He didn't like Norris's tackle, and Norris will spend 2 minutes in the sin bin on the sidelines. University will have a brief player advantage now, brief numerical advantage. The extra player on the pitch. The ball is in possession of Diamondbacks. Reed decides to go along the ground this time. Pitches it out to McDonald. Now back to the right for Reed. Long ball. That's dangerous because it's in the circle, and James Dick has just one-timed it, and he has hit the exact same post that Angus Yates hit last quarter. The umpires just had to check on things too. James Dick fired that like a rocket. A good ball from Ben Reed. It was a bouncing ball, which is why it was so difficult for everyone to bring down. And it did actually fall nicely for James Dick, who just turned, took the one-time shot and sent it straight into the post. Could have very easily been 3 on the board. University reloading again, high up in their attack. Ben Reed over the ball. slings it. The important touch from Oliver Pritchard sends it wide. University will have another opportunity in a very similar position to go again. And it'll be Reed once again. McDonald centrally. That's another good long entry. Forcing Diamondbacks to send it wide once again. So Diamondbacks defence is being tested with both their marking and their ability to intercept those long balls. They're under a fair bit of intense pressure now. Another good ball to the spot. Another important intercept, this time George Oliver, but there is a scramble on. He's desperately cleared by Yates. McDonald now happy to collect a lot of these balls centrally. Kitchener deflected the pass, but it wasn't in the path of anyone. Hodgson now. Had a fair bit of involvement in this match too. That one sits nicely for Dick, but he's just a bit loose on his trap. Woodcock clears it out. There is a battle on now and a little bit of confusion between the defence. Struthers was left in no man's land. The communication between him and Tyler McDonald was lacking with two players who probably haven't had a chance to play or train as much in the club environment recently, considering that Struthers has only just come to the side, and that was a very dangerous moment there because a little bit of indecision from both of those players allowed Diamondbacks to create a shot on goal. It's interesting, Woodcock, just a long clearance, and that one just fell nicely for the chase. Diamondbacks still look dangerous on the break. They can create more of those opportunities. Feel like they've got a goal or two in them. What I don't like is they're giving up quite a few opportunities themselves. And it might cost them. George Oliver. James Dick creates the turnover. Kitchener wants to move it quickly and long because he's got Wiley up high. He finds Wiley's just got to beat Yates. Though tracking back was Oliver Pritchard doing an important bit of defensive work once again. Oliver Pritchard to the rescue. He's been very good so far today, and you'd be pressing Tyler McDonald for player of the match, you would think, at this stage. In terms of influence, Oliver Pritchard has had a very important last couple of weeks for Diamondbacks. Here is McDonald now. The ball is loose and over the sideline. Will Oliver, now Hine. Plenty of gold shirts around him. He's held up. Did win the free hit though. Good opportunity for Diamondbacks if they're patient. They go quickly into the circle instead, and McDonald's able to effect the tackle. Reed with a short lob. Now Payne on the attack. James Dick has been really good up forward as the focal point for this University attack. Back to Payne, who's overlapped into the pocket. He sends big cross across the face of goal, and it took a deflection off a Diamondback stick. And McDonald has been able to collect the ball in that central defensive position quite a fair bit, especially in this third quarter. A lot of the attacking players now coming through him. Battle on for possession in the Diamondbacks defence. It's Hine who eventually comes away with it. Turns Kitchener one way and then the other. Wins the free hit. Yates can see his opportunity, so he goes overhead quickly. Callum Tabba, good run. But again, a missed trap. He collected that cleanly. He would have only had Reed to beat. And Reed sends it right back up the other end overhead. MacArthur. That's a good ball to Dick. Dick tried to square it up to Sproul. Pass just wasn't quite there. Opportunities are plenty at either end. This game's played at a pretty quick pace. Both sides are happy to send it quick, long, straight towards the circle. We've seen plenty of attacking opportunities. Not too many really great shots. University have been the better, and Bingham is now into the circle. He squares it up. Important touch from Woodcock just to clear that out. But they're going to come straight back again through Kitchener. That's the danger for Diamondbacks. Grant Woodcock with a really important stick save. Keep them out on that occasion. But you really do feel at the moment that University are very close to scoring a third. Diamondbacks defence just hasn't tightened up as much as it needed to. They're still giving up opportunities, and it's really been, well, the young University attack that have struggled to really capitalise on some of these chances. So really the score is only 2-0 by the grace of some poor circle work, really. Otherwise I think University would be quite a bit further ahead. Even though I say again, Diamondbacks have matched them relatively well in general play for the midfield, especially when Commons and Oliver Pritchard have been over the ball. But at either end, unfortunately, the Diamondbacks defence has been a little bit too leaky for my liking, and their attack just not quite being clean enough. Still time left in this match for them to correct it. And of course, the deficit is still only 2 goals. We saw what they did last week to Northwest Grads. They scored 4 against the defending premiers. So we know this Diamondback side can score goals. But now MacArthur getting involved in this third quarter. Sprout forced to collect it again. Gets support from Scott. Now Bingham wants to take the shot in his reverse, but Yates shuts down his space, makes the tackle, and sends it out to Fergus Scott. Attempted turn from Oscar Pritchard, but Colin McDonald does well to beat him, beat Tabba. Twists and turns his way through 3 different Diamondbacks players and wins the free hit. Attacking now, straight away. McDonald continues. Low tackle. He's gotten away with it though. Diamondbacks on the counter. Tabba. Well, that's what we've been talking about, that missed pass and missed trap. Opportunity to counter-attack with McDonald out of position, and they throw it away. That time it was young Oscar Pritchard. He picked that one up. We know he's got the pace and skill to get through on goal. He spent it before he had it. Here's young William Sproul, smallest player on the pitch at the moment. Currently out there, University are fielding 3 of the Sprouls. We've got William, they've got Oscar, and they have Oliver Sproul out on the pitch at the same time. And for Diamondbacks, attack right at the moment. Into the circle. Diamondbacks fielding 3 Pritchards at the moment. So they've got Oliver, Oscar and Jack Pritchard out there at the moment. So cousins, brothers, all playing on the same team. Makes this match a bit of a family grudge match, really, between the extended Sproul and Pritchard families. Ball spills to Dick. That's a good pass into Sproul. Goes wide to MacArthur. Woodcock shuts down his space. Sends it over the baseline. Grant Woodcock had to come to the rescue of Diamondbacks defence these last few minutes too. He's been called on quite a fair bit. Reed with the sling. Oh, finds on the back post. James Dick, one-handed effort. Well, there'll be an interesting call here for the umpire because the siren sounded as the ball was travelling towards goal. The students are often celebrating. The umpire did signal the goal, and I just wonder whether he might not have a quick discussion with the other umpire or not. Doesn't look like it. It looks like the goal will stand, so it looks like it's 3-0 to University with that goal right on the buzzer. Reed, who slung it in and found Dick on the back post. His shot was saved, and it looks like it was Milford MacArthur who got the final touch, put in the goal. The final quarter is underway. University straight into attack. Battle on there with Oscar Pritchard. Finds himself deep in the Diamondbacks defence. Yates goes overhead. Good work by Tabber to bring that down too, but it's a good tackle from Reed. Onto his foot. Under that attack quite abruptly. Oh, now Scott on the counter-attack. Again, Oliver Pritchard back making the tackle. Oliver touches that on down the left wing, and Reed just had to be wary. Jack Pritchard had appeared close. Oh, Oscar Pritchard had appeared behind him, looking to steal it off him. Bingham with a battle on. Oliver sends that one over the sideline. Goes Scott down the line again. There is Tom Wiley, who's been very busy all today on the University forward line. He's stopped by Milo G. Now Yates attempts to run it out. Does win the free hit. Touch from Oscar Sproul there, just intercepting. Good structure from the University defence now, or the team defence. They're moving nicely, marking nicely, and they are preventing Diamondbacks from getting any kind of insight, any kind of clean possession or passing. Very few free players at the moment, so where the game was quite open in the first half, guess where University dominated in the third quarter. University have tightened things up. I think with that third goal on the board now, they will be relatively content as well, just to slow things down and make sure they maintain control of this match until they can absolutely guarantee that they've got the points in the bag. We know they've actually come close a few times this season too, only to give it away. We only think a few weeks ago against Northwest Grads they managed to get it back to 2-2 and gave away a pretty soft late goal to give away all their points. So they're not taking anything for granted just yet. They know they've got to see this game out. And they know how dangerous DiamondBacks have been the last couple of weeks. But there is just the first few minutes of this final quarter, just a little bit of the fizz being taken out of the match as Sproul once again with an intercept. He's got free man is Tom Wiley, who really deserves the goal for the work he's done today, but he's unable to get the clean shot away. Oscar Sproul again with that intercept out on the right wing. Done that twice in the space of a couple of minutes, and this time he created a really good attacking opportunity right in front of Grant Woodcock's goal. Another turnover from Sproul. Really starting to come into this match. James Dick is stuck on his reverse, but he does very well to get through for DiamondBacks defenders. The ball is still loose. Oliver Pritchard is the one who comes through and makes the save and tackle. Had to do quite a fair bit of defensive work today, has Oliver Pritchard. Saved them on a number of occasions. Now Bingham. Woodcock had come out to meet that pass too, so Dicker is able to turn him. He's got a shot away on an empty net. Ball now spills nicely for Pritchard. He sends the ball to the back post. Sliding in. Looks like it was Henry Johnson sliding in at the back post, but Pritchard has had 4 or 5 of those now, where he's swept through, made an intercept, or created a counter-attacking opportunity, nearly set up a goal. It's tough for them to have a 0 on the board. Some of the work he's put in. Bingham uses Payne. G is able to clear it to the 23. Comes straight back at them. University will have a chance to reset again. Familiar position. They've been here for most of the second half, if we're being honest. Reed likes the long pass into the circle. Finds Dick, but he is swarmed once again. Bundled over right in front of the University crowd and straight into attack once again. This time it's a clean tackle on him, and Josh Hine has a chance for a counter-attack. Good work from Ashby Bingham to get back an effective defensive tackle on him. And as it has done for much of this game, it's gone straight back up the opposite end. Both sides have enjoyed some quick counter-attacking opportunities all throughout today's match. Made for a pretty exciting and a pretty quick open game of hockey. University do have the free hit. There's just a little bit of question over where exactly it should be taken from. It is just inside the 23 line, and Jono Hodgson is over the top of it. Again, he goes back to Reed, who's in that central defensive position. Now young William Sproul, all 3 feet tall, looking for a circle entry. Tackle once again from G. He's overlapped on a run too, and he gets tripped. No card for that, but Milo G's look good. Coming out of defence. Good pass too. Josh Walker cuts onto his reverse, but his pass is weak. He's disappointed with the end result from that. Hodgson with skill is able to bring it out. James Dick, not a great option though. DiamondBacks effect the turnover once more. They can go themselves. Fergus Scott gives it up. Oscar Sproul on the counter. Now James Dick over the 23. Tries to feed it back to Oscar Sproul. It's onto the foot of the defender instead. Free hit to University just inside their dotted circle. Yates overhead once more. That's another good one. Connects with the run of Oscar Pritchard. Now Fergus Scott along the baseline. His run is taken from him by Hodgson, and it will be a penalty corner. And Jono Hodgson just looks at the umpire in disbelief, but might be soft, but it was probably there, certainly from this angle. Looked like he just took the run of the attacker instead of making the clean tackle. So it is a penalty corner. And although University do have the 3-0 lead, probably just enough time for DiamondBacks to make it interesting if they're to score from this penalty corner. Interestingly enough, Oliver Pritchard finds himself on the bench, so it does look like it's Angus Yates and Jack Pritchard lining up for a drag flick shot on goal. Will be Yates though. It's another missed trap. Pritchard does get the follow-up. Loose ball around the spot, and Struthers clears it out wide. Has been an issue from the penalty corners is the cleanliness of their traps. It does affect their opportunities when they have the set piece DiamondBacks. Do have it up and around their circle, the free hit, very wide in their left-hand pocket. Yates on his reverse. Where did that go? Good touch from Will Oliver, and it's just gone wide of the goals. Big circle entry from Yates. A bit of power behind it. Will Oliver got the deflection. Moving very quickly. Not a whole lot of time for anyone else to react, and sent it just wide. Seen it all day, straight up the other end now. University with a chance to attack. McDonald over the top of it. Had a very good game today. Yates has been okay. Where they've struggled though is just connecting some of those overlapping passes. Been a little bit cleaner in that area and a little bit cleaner in the circle. We might have seen a very different score line. As it is, I think we can safely call this one. Time has probably just beaten DiamondBacks, and I think the 3-0 lead from University isn't really going to be threatened from now. They will be very happy to take their first points of the season. It is only 3 points, does still leave them stuck on the bottom of the ladder after losing last year's grand final, so it has been Quite a big decline for University. This win today could just signal a little bit of a fight back for them. Oscar Pritchard now. That's a good ball. Over Pritchard. Struthers just sweeps it straight over the baseline and it will be a penalty corner. Another opportunity. DiamondBacks have actually won more penalty corners than University have. I think they've hit 6 now, possibly 7. I'll be disappointed that they haven't scored from any of them. Angus Yates came the closest with a drag flick that hit the post. A couple of missed traps at the top of the battery too along the way. Oliver Pritchard is back on the field though, and he will line up. I suspect he might want to have a go at this. It is Yates instead though. He goes low and it's come off the first runner and they will get another penalty corner. Another attempt at it. This time it's for Oliver Pritchard, but he does go one left and Angus Yates does put away the variation, so they switch things up a little bit. DiamondBacks decided not to go direct instead, went one left. And it was Angus Yates who has found his way to goal. They've snuck one back, but I suspect that the final siren is actually going to beat them before they have a chance to really affect the outcome of this game too much further. Important moment for DiamondBacks though not to walk away from this match without having scored. They have put a fair bit of pressure on their attacking circle, and so to walk away without a goal on the board would have been cause for concern considering how good they were last week. They do have another opportunity in the circle. That's Will Oliver, fires a shot. He's put it away. All of a sudden they can believe. Will Oliver. They're desperately trying to get the ball back to the centre of the field to get this game started again because there's only seconds remaining. Umpires with a little bit of work to do too. Not sure exactly what umpire Will Smith is looking at this moment. He has produced a card. Just a card for Callum Tabber. Tabber is not happy at all with being sent off. Jono Hodgson has been sent off as well. Things have just got a little bit heated at the end of this match. Frustrations boiling over. Closeness. What's happened in these final minutes. Fergus Scott wants to get it moving forward quickly. Good ball from Yates, but he can't quite link up with Will Oliver. All eyes on the clock now as the seconds tick by. It's 3-2. Been an eventful last couple of minutes. Both sides are down to 10. Final siren does indeed sound. University have won 3-2 and it was much closer than they would have liked at the end. So University, Ben Reid, Tyler McDonald and Milford MacArthur all got goals by the end of the third quarter, and then the final quarter it was 2 late goals for DiamondBacks, Angus Yates and Will Oliver making it interesting at the end.